Hello, 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 and welcome to a new video. I'm Alex, and my channel is all about healing and health and mental health, metabolic mental health. And today's video is for all the young people and older people who are just always hanging out with the wrong crowd. And there's this little story that I'm going to tell you. It's called The Fish Story. And hopefully, it's going to help you see and understand on a conscious and subconscious level what's going on and why do you always fall back. Even though you're disciplined, even though you start and you have all the motivation and you start sleeping on time, being disciplined, doing everything that's good for you, eating well, exercising, and then after a couple of days or weeks, you will just fall back. Okay. So this cycle is very tiring when you do this and then you fall back and then you pick up your strength and then you do it again and then you fall back again. And there's a reason for it. So I was inspired actually to make this video because I was talking to this young man. He's 20-something years old. And I found that I was also like that when I was his age. And I know all of my clients and all of my friends even are struggling with this belief. And so we're going to unpack it. So he was telling me this. He was like, I become so disciplined. I do this and that. And then I fall back. And then again, I hang out with my friends. We drink, we party, we never exercise. We just sit in cafes, we smoke, we're not productive. We don't do anything well for ourselves. We don't go to bed on time. We, stay up all night, etc. And then he says that what he does is he will gather all of his strength and then he will become disciplined and then he will even hang out with them and not drink and not smoke and not, stay out late. But then eventually something happens and triggers him into falling back and doing the same thing again. And what I saw is that there was this big pain in him because he was thinking that he's weak for doing so. And actually, it's not that he's weak, he's just human, And us humans, we are kind of limited beings. We're not very almighty, right? Because we're human and we have our physical body, we have this worldly 3D experience, and basically we have some limitations. Not all. We can do pretty cool, amazing things, but we do have some limitations and we need to be aware of them. And then we are able to play around them and with them. So within those limits. And okay, so here comes the story now, because when I understood that he cannot figure out what I'm about to teach you, is that he's going to only accept it with a story. Because when I asked him, so why do you hang out with them? And he was like, well, they're my friends, and I want to hang out with them, and basically I need to be tough, I need to be strong, I need to be disciplined. And it's not their fault, it's my fault. And I just need to stay consistent. And it's because I'm faulty. It's not because of them. So, and when I tell you this story, I don't mean that all the people that you hang out with are bad. Some may be confused, some may be going through a phase. But whatever's going on with the crowd, with the bad crowd you're hanging out with, it's not good. It's a feeding ground for bad habits and sins and just bad behavior in general. So the story goes like this. There's this little fish. We'll call it Nemo because it's the most famous fish, right? So Nemo is swimming in this ocean, beautiful ocean, in this salty water, clean water. And Nemo is healthy and it's strong and it can swim. And there's some fish around it, but Nemo's not really it's still exploring kind of. It's very young. So Nemo's like, he knows this fish and that fish, but they're not around that much because they're doing some of their things that they're doing. And then Nemo figures out that there's another crowd just a jump away in this little lake. But this lake is a bit muddy and it's not very clean. It has oil in it. It's spilled from humans that kind of like poisoned it. But Nemo is so desperate to hang out with people and he wants to have this experience. So he jumps over and then he says, okay, so this is muddy water, so I'm just going to hold my breath. It holds its breath. It jumps over to this little lake and then he meets a lot of fish there, and these fish, they are dirty, they're sick, they have parasites, and the water is muddy, but these fish, they're still like moving around in their little ecosystem, and they accept Nemo, and they say, oh, you can come hang out with us, we're gonna have so much fun, and they just swim through this muddy lake, and so Nemo is still having fun with these fish. He can see that they're not healthy and that they're not very good, but he's like, oh, well, they're fish. I mean, they must be good. And they are good. Look, they're even smart. Some of them are very intelligent, creative, imaginative, so and so. But they're still sick and have parasites. And they're not really behaving in a good way. You know, they're kind of like pushing each other around. And Nemo starts feeling a little bit weak because Nemo cannot breathe under that water for a very long time. And Nemo doesn't want to breathe in. But as time passes by, Nemo is using all of its oxygen and basically, now it's too late for Nemo to jump back to the ocean because Nemo doesn't have enough strength. So what does Nemo have to do? Nemo has to breathe in the muddy, poisoned water. And soon enough, Nemo becomes a little sick fish and it absorbs parasites. And now Nemo is a part of the gang, part of the bad crowd, part of the muddy fish, part of the lake. And Nemo is kind of like, he's doing it. It's not that he's not, he's doing it. He's in this role. He's now a muddy fish, a muddy lake fish with parasites. But it's not yet that bad, right? Like the rest of the fish, because the rest of the fish have been living there for some time. And so Nemo is trying now to jump back to the ocean, but it's already sick a little bit. So now Nemo doesn't have enough strength to do that, to just do that jump like it did the first time it jumped over to the lake. So Nemo is just thinking every day, oh man, I have to go back to my ocean. I have to go back to my ocean. I have to become healthy. I have to become clean again. I need my strength back. I'm not thinking clearly. Now I'm angry because I'm here. And Nemo is just getting pissed day by day. And eventually it gathers the strength and jumps back to the ocean. And now Nemo is on a healing journey. And now Nemo is gathering its strength back. It's cleaning its body. It's breathing in, again, the clean water, air. I don't know if this story resonated with you at all. But I was telling this young man that you cannot hang out with the wrong crowd and expect yourself to be happy, healthy, disciplined, in connection with God, and just kind and loving and in peace. You cannot do that. It's not because you're not strong. It's not because you're weak. It's because you are human. You are limited in that way. Only God can hang out with that kind of crowd and not get affected. So, even God tells you that it's your responsibility, it's our responsibility to get out of the bad places, right? God doesn't tell us stay there and be strong and just hang out with those people. God tells us to stay away from thieves, from liars, from murderers, right? So it's your responsibility to get out of there because you are human. Your subconscious is going to pick up the beliefs that are around you. You are going to have to start speaking their language, their slang. You're going to have to talk about the topics that are being talked about. And do not be vain to think that you are this almighty being that's going to convert all of those people into health and goodness, and that you're going to stay untouched by it. You're not. You're not. I wish it was like that, but it's not. So just look at your life and don't hang out with the bad crowd. When you stop doing that, things are going to become much easier. Much, much easier. And I know finding new friends can be a little bit tough sometimes, but, we all went through that. And when you find new friends who are healthy, who do something with their lives, who have also probably went through this phase with the muddy waters, you will have this beautiful friendship, and these beautiful friendships, plural, that will lift you up even higher. And this young man told me, but I'm a very social being. I cannot hang out alone. I cannot and that's just a belief. That's just a belief. So we were talking and we said, okay, so this is tough. It's tough to hang out with the wrong crowd. And it's tough to fight for your life and for your health and for your general well-being and peace. And it's also tough to be alone, but this is the trick. You're never alone. God is always there. You have maybe your family, your cousins, maybe you for sure know, think about it, you for sure know some nice people. Maybe you have some nice neighbors. Maybe they're not even that interesting and crazy, but they might be very kind and peaceful, which is enough for a friend. So basically, you have this is difficult, but this is also difficult. So, you're in a difficult situation right now. So which difficult are you going to choose? Because this one, it will never end. But this one will end very soon if you choose it. If you choose to be alone for a little bit, and if you choose to just calm down and just spend time in peace and with your thoughts and with God, very soon you will have new, happy, healthy friends that are gonna just support you in being happy and healthy. Okay, I hope this story helps somebody. Thank you for being here, and I wish you all the love, all the luck, all the health in the world, and God bless.